He watched her from across the opulent ballroom, a lone figure of quiet grace amidst the swirling chaos of high society. She wasn't dressed in the latest couture, nor was she dripping with diamonds like the other women who vied for his attention. Instead, she wore a simple, elegant dress that spoke of taste rather than wealth. Her eyes, however, held a universe of stories he was desperate to explore. He was Adrian Vandermeer, a name synonymous with power and unimaginable fortune. Yet tonight, he felt like a mere observer, captivated by a single star in a crowded galaxy. He made his way through the throngs of people, each step feeling more purposeful than any billion-dollar deal he'd ever closed. As he approached, he saw her gaze flicker towards a lavish dessert table. Her expression a mix of longing and resignation. She let out a soft, almost imperceptible sigh, her shoulders slumping just a little. "Is something wrong?" he asked, his voice softer than he intended. She jumped, startled. Her eyes widened as she recognized him. A blush crept up her neck. "Oh, Mr. Vandermeer. No, not at all. Everything is wonderful." She gestured vaguely at the magnificent room, but her eyes wouldn't meet his. He smiled, a rare, genuine smile that few ever saw. "You were looking at the desserts? The chocolate fountain, perhaps. It's imported from Belgium. You should try it." Her name was Clara, and she was a junior event planner, here to ensure everything ran smoothly for her boss. She was supposed to be invisible, a ghost in the machine of the party. Now, the machine's owner was talking to her. Her heart hammered against her ribs. "Oh, no, I couldn't," she stammered. "I'm working. And besides—" She trailed off, biting her lip. He saw the hesitation, the words she swallowed. She was about to say something about the cost, the extravagance, something that would betray her place in this world so different from his. "Besides what?" he prompted gently. His curiosity piqued. Clara looked down at her simple flats, then back at him. She saw not just a billionaire, but a man with kind eyes. Taking a deep breath, she decided on a sliver of the truth. "It just seems a bit much for a party." The words came out in a rush, and she immediately regretted them, bracing for a condescending laugh or a dismissive wave. She had just insulted her host, but Adrian didn't laugh. He looked at the towering ice sculptures and the cascading champagne towers. For the first time, he saw it through her eyes. The obscene opulence. "Much," he repeated thoughtfully. "You know, I've never thought of it that way." He turned his full attention to her. "Tell me, Clara, what would you do differently?" Stunned by his sincerity, Clara found her voice. "Well, perhaps, instead of all this, a portion of the budget could have gone to the city's youth art program, the one that just lost its funding. You could have a smaller, more intimate event and still make a real difference." She spoke with a passion that lit up her face, forgetting for a moment who she was talking to. Adrian was mesmerized. In a world of sycophants and yes-men, here was a woman who spoke her mind, who saw beyond the glitter to the world outside. She wasn't trying to impress him. She was just being herself. He realized with a jolt that this was what he had been missing. Authenticity. Heart. "That," he said, his voice low and serious, "is the best idea I've heard all night." He extended his arm. "Clara, I believe you are done working for the evening. Would you do me the honor of showing me which of these much deserts is actually worth trying?" Arias Maya, bright and beautiful, finally broke through her anxiety. "I suppose I could be persuaded," she said, a playful glint in her eyes as she took his arm. As they walked towards the chocolate fountain, Adrian knew this wasn't just a fleeting encounter. He had seen her sigh, seen the depth she tried to hide, and in that moment, the millionaire found something far more valuable than anything his money could buy. He found a connection. The next day, a check for a staggering amount was delivered to the youth art program, along with an anonymous note suggesting they named their new wing after a certain insightful event planner. And Adrian's schedule was suddenly cleared for a lunch date, one he had requested personally. He had to know more about the woman who sighed, the woman who saw the world not for what it was, but for what it could be. Their lunch turned into dinner, and dinners turned into weekends spent away from the city's glare. He learned about her life, Her dreams of opening a small, community-focused bookstore. Her love for old movies and rainy days. She learned about the man behind the myth, the pressures of his empire, his own hidden desires for a simpler life. He was captivated by her kindness, her sharp wit, and her unwavering moral compass. She, in turn, was falling for the genuine, thoughtful man who listened to her every word as if it were the most important thing in the world. One evening, as they sat on a bench in a quiet park, he turned to her. "Do you remember that first night we met? You sighed, and you were about to say something you thought would insult me." Clara laughed softly. "How could I forget? I was sure I was going to be fired." "You almost said that it was all a waste," he continued, his gaze intense. "And you were right. I was living in a bubble, surrounded by things that didn't matter. You popped that bubble, Clara. You showed me what's real." He took her hand, his thumb tracing circles on her skin. "I've spent my life acquiring companies, properties, assets, but none of it feels as valuable as the time I spend with you. You are the best acquisition I've ever made." She raised an eyebrow. "Acquisition? Am I just another asset in the Vandermeer portfolio, Mr. Vandermeer?" He chuckled, pulling her closer. "No. You're the CEO of my heart. A lifetime appointment." He leaned in, and this time there was no hesitation, no words swallowed. There was only the certainty of two worlds colliding to create a new, more beautiful one. Their story wasn't a fairy tale of a rich man saving a poor girl. It was a story of two people saving each other. A story that all started when he noticed her sigh. Thanks for watching our story today. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this one. We love bringing these moments to life for you, and your support means the world. Drop a comment below and let us know your favorite part. See you in the next video.